Good morning, Conscious Wellbeing, and I'm Colleen, and I have a practice which will be really useful for the holiday season. So this is a really nice tension, stress relieving practice when the whole idea of obligations and holiday plans and the chaos that arrives with that and all the striving that we tend to do, all the clinging that we tend to do. And this is just going to be a really fun kind of way, an active practice, but it's for all levels, so you can always modify. I suggest you have one block that will come in pretty useful for the practice today. We're going to focus on strengthening through the shoulder girdle, and also strengthening the spine, particularly today. That will work pretty much everything as usual. So I welcome you into your practice. Start to get seated on your mat in any comfortable seat. Take a few moments just to tap into your breath. Just really consciously be in each moment of your breath. Be in each inhale. Be in each exhale, fully, completely. Draw the belly down. Take the right palm to the belly, the left palm to the heart. Take a moment just to breathe in through the heart space, through the chest. Sending the breath all the way down to the belly. So we'll breathe top down. The belly fill. And then exhale from the bottom up. So draw the navel back and in. Contract the ribs. And finally, feel that last bit of exhale, draw out. And threading the breath, smoothing it down, elongating your breath. We'll do two more like that. Breathe in, top, middle, bottom, fill your right palm with your breath. Exhale your breath from the right palm through the mid-abdomen. And finally, the upper. Finish off your last exhale here. Give yourself these timeouts in times of stress, when the mind goes racing, everything gets cluttered. We make space for ourselves with our practice. Our practice is always there. And not only when we're stressed and tense, our practice is there for all the things in between: stress, feeling overwhelmed, and also feeling great, feeling happy. It's the gift of our practice that kind of finds that middle way, that middle ground for us. So we're going to start with lifting the right palm up, spread through the fingers. Really reach, get that energy working from the fingertips. Bring that circuitry down into the shoulders. Take a breath here. Exhale and make a strong fist with your right palm. Almost like you're seating all of the tension, all of the energy of your mind, of your thoughts. All of that gets locked right here in your fist. Squeeze into that tension and then let go. Just drop it. Just drop whatever it is that you held in the palm of your hand. Open the arm out to the side, stretch long through the right shoulder, all the way out to the right fingertips. Get longer, reach into your thumb tip. Big breath to open your lungs. And then exhale, work the right fingertips around behind you. Hold the outside of your right knee with your left hand or your leg, and then just turn. Take just a simple twist. See if you can relax the shoulders a little bit. Lift up to the corner of your head. Inhale for length and exhale. Take a little more into that twist. Then go back to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, really land. And that exhale breath. Drop into it fully, completely. Feel grounded, feel stable. Stop with the left hand now. Spread your left fingertips nice and wide. Breathe in. Exhale with a strong fist. Send all of your worries, your anticipations, right up into that fist. Exhale. And just let everything drop. Drop out, let it land on the ground. Let it be held by something else, and then reach the left arm to the fingertips out to the side. Breathe into the left thumb. And exhale, and take those left fingertips behind you. Take a twist, gentle twist to the left, growing taller as you breathe in, softening the shoulders and the upper body. Going into the twist, breathe out, feeling that twist happen. Right at the navel point. Inhale, slowly come forward, walk your fingertips behind you. Shrug your shoulders up, and then bring your elbow tips as if they're going to come together behind your back. So you duck the shoulder blades, you bring that retraction of the shoulder blades, come together on your back, squeeze here, press down into your finger points, and lift the center eye of your chest, anchor your tailbone. Give you a little bit more energy in your low belly. Tilt your chin up, open your throat. Exhale, express out the throat. And slowly walk your fingertips forward. We're going to start on hands and knees, and you'll have your block forward and on the flat side. We're just going to warm up, just stretching back. And again, really spread out through your fingertips. Really feel the energy of your palm prints. And tuck your toes so you wake up your toes, wake up the fascia and your feet. Really all of the connective tissue extends up from the feet. So as we work into the feet, you start to wake up all of the connective tissue throughout the body. So inhale and just come forward, glide forward. Press down into your palms. Start to wake up the strength of your arms and your shoulders, and then exhale, glide back. Do that a couple more times. Inhale. And exhale. Always deferring to the breath in practice. If anything gets a little too far forward, you can always bring yourself down. Always care more about how you're breathing and what you're actually doing with the body. And then come forward, breathe in. As you exhale, you're going to take a little dip down with your chest, keeping your hips up in the air, keeping your toes tucked, engaging your upper arms in. And as you bend your elbows, hug your upper arms against your upper side rib cage. Really hug in there. Let the elbows point straight back, maybe tap your block. Inhale, go right back up to your cow spine. And then exhale and go back to your child's pose. You might want to move your block about where your wrist creases are, and then that should catch your lower wrist if you need the block for spacing or landing. So come forward, inhale, find your cow spine, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze, settle your shoulders. Pull forward, exhale, and dip your chest down. Let your ribs land on the block, or maybe they can come further to the floor. And then pull into the cow spine as you inhale. And you push, use the strength of your arms, and then exhale, go back to your child's pose. Get a little deeper, a little more depth in your lines each time. And again, let's come forward and inhale. Keep going forward, so keep elongating as you pull in. and lower. Inhale to lift up into cow in the back bend. Exhale and just pull back. You'll use the length of your hands, stretch your right palm a little bit more forward, match it with your left palm, and press evenly back through your hips. Wiggle around a little bit. Breathe into the back of the lungs, back of the kidneys, low back curve. Exhale, land on your heels, get a little heavier hips. So we're going to add on to this. Inhale, come forward. Stay for your exhale. Walk your knees in just a little bit so they're right under your hips. And then inhale, the right leg lifts up and back. Lift with your inner thigh more than your outer thigh so you keep hips nice and square. And go longer through your chest, so chest goes forward even as you reach back through your right toes. Elongate evenly in both directions. Go forward even more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to take that dip now with the right leg lifting. Pull up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. So this is our cat spine now. With our right knee right up into our right rib cage, our right chest. Dropping the chin down. And then just go back to your child's pose. So if you need your block, just keep it there. I'm just going to do it without the block now. Inhale, left leg lifts, up and back. Go long in both directions, pull the chest forward. Go back through your left toes. Go a little bit more forward, just the grip of your fingertips. Keep those upper arms really narrow as you lower down. Exhale. Right back up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Create that nice tuck, really broaden your upper back. Good, land your knees together and press back into child's pose. And just wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. So we start to feel a little bit of heat now. We're going to play with that a little bit more. So we're going to come forward, take a breath in. And then exhale, we're just going to lower down to knees, chest, and chin variation. So again, upper arms really tight, bending elbows, land your heart. Just like a stone landing down into the pool of water. Inhale, pick it all up. Exhale, go back. Good. One more, warming up the spine. Inhale. Go forward to lower. Drop into it wherever you are. Use your next inhale to come down. And use your inner palms to press, and then exhale and go. Good. This time we're just going to come forward, lift the hips up, go back into your first down dog, open up the back so your legs a little bit. Send the weight back. Slide as if the palms are sliding away from you. Really feel the energy of your hands and feel the energy in each of your fingertips. Good. Swallow your front ribs in. Then bring the weight back into your heels so that your dog pose feels really balanced, really even. Lift your 10 toes. Look at your toes lifting. And settle them down as you breathe out. Inhale for space and land. Exhale, land in your feet and your hands. Coming forward, gliding forward, coming to your plank pose. Exhale, firm everything on your front body into your back body. You're going to go long, lower down into the knees, tap down. But keep going longer and then tap down the chest, knees, toes, chin. Point your toes strongly back, use the grip of your fingers, and slide your chest forward as you slide the legs back. So again, creating that ultimate length in the body. And then rise up, curling the chest forward and up. Got a lot of space in the lower back. And want to park the back bend down, just love that. Wave and then we'll lower down. Take your child's pose. So point the toes back. Let's do this child's pose, walking the arms alongside, resting the head. You can rest it on a block. Take another couple breaths here, just letting the shoulders slide off the back so you release any amount of tension or gripping in your upper back and your neck. We so overuse this part of the body, so it's really so valuable in practice to pay attention to how we hold our tension, where we store energy, where it gets locked into the body. Information that's useful. And slowly come up, plant your hands forward and bring your weight forward. So we'll start on the hands and knees. Inhale, right leg lifts. Use your exhale, come forward, land. Use your inhale to come back up. Exhale, knees, nose. Now you're going to plant your right toes right on the inside of your left knee. You're going to tuck your left toes. Come forward. So shoulders are forward, not back. Shoulders are forward. Inhale, look forward. Keep your collarbones nice and broad. Keep your upper arms active. Exhale, push it into the palms and lift off the back leg. Extend through the back heel. Go forward to the chest. Keep your shoulders forward. Inhale here. Exhale, see if you can hug the right knee up into the chest. It's okay if you can't. Keep your right foot down. Inhale, go back to plank pose. Go forward through the chest. Exhale, knees down. Send the hips back to the heels. Move. Breathe. Nice humming sound. So wonderful to relieve needed energy. We're going to come forward. Inhale, left leg. Breathe, coming forward. Exhale. And drop the chest. Get the chest down. Use your inhale to pull right back. Find still and extension. Exhale, knee to nose. Really round your upper back. And then ground your left toes. Look forward, come forward with your shoulders. Lean into your palms, especially your inner palms. Look forward, broaden your upper chest. Exhale, pick up the right knee, extend through the right heel. Go forward through the chest, push it down and lift up the left knee. Like hug into the left side of your ribs. And then send it back, plank pose. Keep the knee down, plank. Then the knees come down, go back into your chest pose. Wiggle the hips. Big breath in and out. We're just going to take a little interlude, step the right foot forward outside of the right hand. Slide forward and back in this lizard pose. Spiking up the hips and the inner groins a little bit more. Angle the right toes to the side, go forward and back. And then just take a circle around, big circle. Invite yourself into it. Slide your hips. Really work into that movement. Go into the other side. Inhale forward through the chest. And then lift the left leg up and glide forward and back. Come down, arch your forearms so you can use your block to come down. Just melting through the back of the heart and keeping your collarbones nice and broad. Good. Lower down the back knee. Walk the hands back. We're just going to slide out to the right, creating an angle. So that right leg goes down into a diagonal, letting the hips come down the front of the left hip flexor. Good. Just make sure your right knee is facing up towards the ceiling. Right toes are flexed. And just breathe into that release any amount more. Use resistance against the floor to slide back. And bring the knees back. Hands goes here. Come forward with your left foot. Go forward and back. As it goes on the left side. Go forward and back, rock on your left heel and angle your left toes to the side a little bit. Go forward and back again. Back in a little bit more each time, melting the hips a little bit more. And then create that circle. One direction. Find a bigger, smoother movement. Go in the opposite direction. Good. And then just come forward. Maybe bring your forearms down. Maybe they come to a block. Your back leg up. Big breath, melt your heart. Land the back knee, walk the hands back a little bit and slide out on an angle. So create that diagonal to the other side now, to the left side. Watch the tracking of the knee so it doesn't roll in or out. Looks like an easy split, a little easier, maybe. Start really lower down through the right hip, opening out the front and back right hip flexor, and breathing in all the way in this side of the abdominals, even breathing back behind the muscles into the organs. Opening up, creating a shift. Good. And then use the resistance, slide it back, step it back, and press back. Good. Just come forward, land in your palms, stand up so you can lift your hips up, take them back into our downward facing dog. Knees can bend. And keep your collarbones nice and broad. Open up your armpits. Maybe you can take some gentle pulses towards the floor. Melting the back of your heart, back of your ribs. Good. Inhale, step up or walk up to your hands. Slide the palms up halfway, breathe in. Exhale, take a fold. And do a little bit of strengthening for the spine. Bring your hands along your hips. Lift up halfway. Use your hands to guide you here. So your hands are right in your hip creases, cupping around your hips. And then kind of smooth back the top of your glutes, the top of your pelvis, and lengthen forward through your chest. Draw your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Let your gaze be soft. There could be a little micro bend in your knees, or more of a bend if you need that. Then exhale, lift your belly into your spine so you feel that nice brace, that brace of support. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Find that support. And then just let your right fingertips go alongside your right ear. Reach out into that distance in front of you. Press back to the hips. Belly active. And then bring it back to your waist. Inhale, left fingertips reach. Press back into your hips. Firm the belly and bring it back. Probably already feeling this posture up now and this little bit of movement. I just have to step back a little bit because I'm a little too close to my fireplace. Now we're going to try both hands. Keep the spine nice and long, back flat and level. Reach both arms. Same time. Really push back and lift up through the belly. And exhale and back. Press down into the feet, activate the legs and lift up. Ooh, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of spine strengthening. But because we're doing those kind of challenging or more deeper back bends with knees, chest, and chin, we're going to need that strength. That kind of brings it all back in together. Let's rise up. Take a nice deep inhale. Reach long, press down through the feet. Activate your quads. Soften your shoulders. And then exhale and slowly hold out your breath, coming into Uttanasana. Good. Step your right foot back and your left foot back. Find your plank pose. Lower down, knees chest chin, or you can just come through a chaturanga. Point the toes back. Inhale. Find your cobra. Maybe find your up dog. Exhale back. Down dog. Rest here, just orient yourself. Again, landing in your hands and your palms. Breathe up and down your spine. After your next exhale, you're going to take a step or hop up to your hands. Slide your palms up for that halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, full Uttanasana. Elbow lifts, crown of head, weights towards the toes. And feeling a little bit more flexing the backs of your legs. Tissues start to open. They start to breathe. Let's rise up, take an inhale. Exhale, we'll go right back down. And just take one more vinyasa. Step your left foot back, right foot back. Find your plank. You always do a knee down plank. And then lengthen to lower down. Work those outer upper arms. On in. Reach back through the toes. Go forward through the heart. And come up and in onto the back bend. Exhale, take it up and back, down the dog. Look forward. Exhale to step hop or walk up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that nice level back. Exhale, bend the knees. Take an inhale to reach your arms forward and up. So this could be a soft chair pose. Right, so whatever's going on with your neck or your upper back, soften out of it. We work more in the lower body in this pose. The belly, the abdomen. Look down, make sure you see all 10 toes. Good. Inhale, feel that ocean wave coming in through the back of your heart. Lift into that wave with your inhale breath, and then exhale. Go long over your legs. Take a big step back with your right foot. Angle the foot out to the side. About a 60-degree angle with the back toes come up. Warrior one. Really press into the outer back foot. There's a slight twisting to the right side body towards the left. Keeping the back leg really active. Then we come down a little lower into the front leg. Working the structure of the left knee. Good. Feeling the support of the right leg. And reach the arms up. Big breath here. Exhale. We'll find extended side angle. Right arm lifts up. And then just so gently turn your pinky finger in towards you as you reach into that beautiful diagonal line. Working from the back leg to the right side body. Up the right arm and out through the right fingertips. See if you can soften in your left shoulder. Take a breath here. Reach back. And then turn the thumb down. So we find that internal rotation of the shoulder and reach behind you. Reach for the front of your left hip crease. Move your left glute down as you do that. Good. Press the arm against the leg and really hug that buttock underneath you. So it's not hanging out to the side. You know, they feel really integrated in this pose. One more breath here, maybe going for a full bind if you have that in your practice. Good, widen your right hip away from your left inner groin. Open your right shoulder. And then slowly release. Bring the palms down, press into your hand, and step your left foot back. Find down dog, by the way. Just wiggle out the hips a bit. Deep breath in and out. You're going to look forward, step up or walk up to your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, deeper fold. Good. We're going to take a step back with the left foot. I'm just going to turn. A little easier to see. Angle it out. Really press into that back foot. Come up to your warrior. Warrior one. Really use that back leg support. A subtle twist of your left side ribs in the back of your left waist. And then lower into the right knee. Make sure the right knee tracks over the forward foot. Good. Feel that ocean swell behind your heart to lift. And then exhale. We'll find that extended side angle. Adjusting if you need to. Soften your right shoulder as you land your right arm. The top of your right thigh. You're going to reach into your left fingertips. Find that angle. You're going to really broaden the left hip away from the right inner groin. Maybe look up, tuck the pinky finger in towards you. As you look up, soften even more into the shoulders. Good. Inhale, use your legs. Good. And then slowly reach the left fingertips back. Turn, get that internal rotation of the left shoulder now. Bring the arm behind you and look for the front of your right hip crease. Move the buttock down and back towards your left heel. Big breath to open the chest, open the left shoulder. Maybe the full bind if you have that. And then slowly come down. Then press into your two palms. Step your right foot back, right away down dog. Out of hips lift up and down. Big breath here. Exhale. We're going to come forward and inhale, find your plank pose. We're going to start to thread all of these kind of mini sequences together. So establishing that neutral spine to begin. Good. Feeling support of your legs. Tuck your toes. Inhale, right leg lifts. Come forward, go long, exhale. Hug in with your arms. Elbows point straight out, drop. Lift, inhale. Good. Exhale, tuck that right knee in. Really hug it in. Maybe the right toes need to come down for extra support. Maybe you can keep them off the mat to lift the left leg, extend through the left heel. And again, go forward through your chest. Maintain the broadness in your collarbones. Lift, open your upper body. Hug your knee in and inhale right away down. Don't split it that way. Good. Reach in and up. Open the hip. Nice and wide. Land into your left heel if you can. Lift your right leg higher. You're feeling that nice stretch from your left inner groin across your hips. You want to square everything off. Step the right foot forward. Angle the back foot. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little lower. Good, breathe in. Exhale, find your extended side angle. Good, breathe in into that beautiful long circuit of energy from the back heel to the left fingertips. Nice. And then slowly lower down. Bring the back knee down, just add it on. Inhale, come up, low lunge. Exhale, melt the hips. Good. Bring the elbows behind your back, holding on, cupping the sides of your pelvis, wrapping your fingertips forward. Angle your chest forward and up. So we kick the breath in behind the heart. The lift, use the support of your legs and your lower belly. And just melt into this. Lift your heart a little bit more. Use the press of your feet. And then exhale. We're going to bring the hands on the inside. You can walk your right foot a little bit out to the right side again. And then you're just going to angle the back lift slightly towards the right side of your mat. You can tuck the toes or not. The right arm is going to kind of work against the inside of your right leg. So it's the back of the arm to the inside of the right leg. Turn to the left. Open the left shoulder. Reach the left arm up. And then find the right hip crease. Again, a half bind here. You can stay here. And just angle back. Give you a nice stretch. Or you can do this with a full bind if you have that. Exhale, hinging the hips back. It's like a different variation of Ardha Hanuman. Good. And then come forward. Plant your palms. And we're just going to step that way. Down dog right away. Breathe in and out. And then we're just going to land your hands your feet back into your heels. Even if they're not completely on the ground, you want the weight back there. And let's come forward, plank. Knees down, set up. Then find that neutral spine to begin. Lift the hands, support toes tucked. Inhale, left leg lifts. Go forward to lower. Upper arm super strong. Steady. Use the inhale to come up. Use the exhale and keep that knee up and in. Maybe the foot stays lifted. Lift the back leg, come forward. Don't go back. This is a plank. Inhale. With your exhale and round your upper back. Push the floor with your shoulders. And then inhale, ease into your down dog split. Left leg lifts. Open the hip. Land your right heel. Just breathe into that beautiful stretch. Even out your shoulders. I know it's hard. Good. Do your best here. Good. Deep breath. Get the leg a little higher. And then angle it in. Square it off. And swing it forward. Angle the back foot to come up to warrior one. Big breath in and out. Soften the shoulders. Create some space for the neck. Good. Really work into the back leg. Lift the ocean swell into the back of your heart. Exhale. Find your extended side angle. Good. Inhale into that line, that beautiful diagonal. And exhale and slowly come down. Both hands come down. Work the back knee down. Keep the back toes tucked. Come up into low lunge. Breathe in. Settle into it as you breathe out. Hands wrap and cup the outer hips. Heels of the hands back. Fingertips wrap around. and forward. Elbow points come together on your back to create that nice expansion. Good. Supporting with the breath, breathing in, breathing out. Pick the next inhale behind your heart to lift. Use the support of your legs and your low belly. Thank and melt. Good. Walk the hands in and walk the left foot a little bit out to the side and angle your right shin over to the left, tucking the toes in on. Work your left arm against your right leg, left leg, sorry. Left into left and reach your right arm up. Turn your chest and your gaze. Work into your right fingertips. And then exhale. Find that internal rotation. Open up the right shoulder a little more. And then maybe just take the hips back from here. Angling back. And long through the spine. Rock on your heels so we dorsiflex that foot. We're going to a full bind. Just nice and open. Keep the breath available, not restricted. And then come forward. I'll bring the hands down. Step the back foot, or step the front foot back. And just kind of wiggle out the hips a little bit. Keep it easily. Exhale, supporting with the front ribs. Good, just hang the head. Hips up and back. Nice, let's go forward. Breathe in. Feel that elongation. As you exhale, feel the support. Stabilizing that elongation. Good, go a little longer. Drop down on the knees. We're going to just go right into it. Right leg lifts up and down. Go forward. Exhale. Down. Inhale. Exhale right away. Knee into chest. Maybe the leg is fully lifted. Come forward. Make it a power plank. Inhale. Right leg lifts up and back. Open the hip. Squeeze in. Maybe drop into wild thing. Get squeezed up. And then step the foot forward. Outside of your right hand. Left knee down. Changing it up a little bit. Good. Inhale, open. Then side angle. Exhale, reach. Open the left shoulder. Look left. Maybe take a full bind. Go back. Keeping the collarbones really nice and broad. Good. Come forward. You can play with an arm balance or maybe just tee the arms out. Forward, Vinyasana 2. Pressing forward, leaning forward, lifting the back leg. Going right back to dog pose. Inhale out. Come forward. Knees down. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Setting up for the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Drop forward. Dip or drop. Pull up on your inhale. Exhale right away. Knee tucks. You're forward. Power plank. Inhale, leg up. Down dog split. Open the hip. Really stretch. Maybe bend the knee. Maybe drop into wild thing. Open and lift. Head slowly around and step the foot forward. Lower down on the back knee. Work the hand on the inside. Open up to the right. Reach around, find that half bind. Breathe in here. Exhale, stay long as you go back, hinting at the hips. And really bright through the upper chest. Good, then come forward. Working into any variation that you might want to add in here. Good, going forward, finding that Kundalini. Stepping the leg down on the left arm, reaching so long through the legs. And take it back. Down dog. Take a breath in and out. Look forward. Empty out your breath as you step or hop up to your hands. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, take a forward fold. Maybe the backs of the legs are slowly giving you a little bit more. Keep the hinge at the hips. Go longer with your chest down your legs. And then seat back into the heels. Feet into your fingertips. Lift the energy of the heart up. Drop down into your seat. Building strength in the legs, the joints. Really building into that density, but softening the shoulders, the arms, the space of the chest and the heart. And then press down into your feet. Lift up. Exhale, gather in. And just explore your breath for a moment, just bringing yourself back to that neutral state. And working into the phase of recovery after all of that movement, all of that dynamic movement. How quick we can recover is really a marker for how resilient, how hardy our nervous system is. Can we just go in and out easily and fluidly? Come back to stillness without leaving even a molecule of that movement, of that activity within the stillness. No imprint left. And we're going to inhale here, engage your legs, look up, lift up, and then exhale and go forward. Then press into your fingertips, walk your toes back a little bit, lift up on your toes, bring your knees into your chest, lower your seat down. Then you're going to widen the knees apart, butterfly the knees. And then place your two palms down, really spread wide through the fingertips. Then the elbows, go forward to the chest. Just tip your weight towards your legs or towards your arms, your legs into your upper arms. So tipping forward and back. Your toes. Start to lift up the chest, the hips a little bit as you go forward and go back. Just test your balance. Where you can start to transfer the feeling of the weight of your legs and your lower body into your body. Can you mound your upper back just a bit, but keep your collarbones nice and wide. Go forward through your chest, the belly, to pick the weight of your legs up. Press your arms against your legs. Inhale here. And maybe straighten the arms, lift up a little higher, use your belly. And then lower down. Bring the knees in. Good. And then just stretch the legs forward. So even if you didn't get lift off, we're just still kind of working into strengthening. Using your core, using the full weight of your shoulders and your arms. Right? So we're really strengthening in the upper body there. So it doesn't matter to what level or what degree you take that to. All good. It's all for helping, strengthening, and building bone mass. Because we always end up losing it. Our bones get thinner, more porous as we age. So we really need to apply weight to the bones. It's the only way that we're going to build that mass and that density. So let's walk our left sit bone back, our right sit bone back. Use the left fingertips up and right fingertips up. Breathe in. Go for length. Lean forward a little bit, so angle the spine forward a little. Breathe into your fingertips. You can bend your knees also, and you can sit on props if that feels better for your pelvis and your hips. And then exhale and start to lengthen, angling your spine forward. Use the action of your belly back. So zip your belly back. Lengthen and cinch your side waist and go longer with your fingertips, like someone's actively pulling your fingertips forward. Good. Take your time going into your forward fold. Keep creating length and not doing the forward fold with your shoulder cuffs or your neck, right? But keeping the spine really attuned, really long and connected. So we're not separating the upper spine or the cervical spine out from the spine. Good, so keeping all those curves in play together. Reach forward, take an inhale. Exhale, go longer. Go more forward through the chest, soften the shoulders, away from your ears. A lot of times we have to tell ourselves back and forth, back and forth. Same kind of default maneuvers that we do with our body. Just noticing them is really just having that information is so valuable. Inhale, lift up. Reach the hands back. We'll do a counter pose. Forward to the toes. You can always do this with your legs bent. Lifting off and leveling off the knees, with the hips, with the shoulders. Otherwise, really push out to your toes to lift up, squeeze in your glutes. Use your legs here. So a lot of leg work. And then come down. Nice and slow. Good. We're going to lift the right knee. Good. Hug it in. Breathe in. And then exhale. Just sit back. Going to take the leg across so we create a figure four with the right leg. And keep a nice flexion in your right foot. So lift up, use the press of your fingerprints to get your spine to come more forward into your body. What I mean by that is that you're not rounding your spine is not tracting from the trunk, not rounding away, but it's coming in. It's deepening forward. Because we want that stability. Inhale and just let the hip open naturally without kind of forcing our way in here. We're just kind of letting the weight of the leg open into that rotation. Sit up nice and tall. Be forward of your sit bones, by the way. And then walk the hands back. Slide your left heel back. And we'll just take a different position. And so your hands are back. So use the press of your hands so you don't shrink your chest and swallow your chest into your spine again, but you lift up. And again, bringing the spine into the body. Helps to lift and open the chest. Collarbones nice and broad. This is so much safer also for your shoulder girdle. Good. Press the right knee a little bit more actively away from you now. And then you can just tighten this up by sliding the left hip or the left heel into your sit bones and walking your hands further in behind you. So again, they're helping you to lift, maintain the integrity of your spine, and then bring the right foot into the crook of the left elbow. So it kind of aims right into the arch of your right foot. Clasp your hands and see if you can press your right leg into your left thigh to lift your spine up. And again, sending your spine forward. Doing all of that, soften your shoulders, maybe smile, soften your eyes, and then slowly come out of it. Good, nice and slow. Drop into a seated pose now and just hold your right foot. Just take cradle pose, just rocking a little bit. Lifting up any direction that you might feel a little tender knot somewhere, so you can kind of roll onto your right glute. And working, and you can actually work on the ball here as well. Opening up through those higher tissues, those deeper rotator muscles, and also those like the muscle like the piriformis. It can get really tight and impinges on the sciatic nerve. Cause a lot of. All right, so let's extend the legs again. Shake it out. Walk your left sit bone back, your right sit bone back. Come forward into your spine. Let's soften your shoulders. Breathe in and out. And then lean back into your hands and step your left heel in. And breathe in. And breathe out. And kind of settle into your sit bones, side to side. And then lean back into your hands, lift your chest up. Good, feel the shoulder blades on your back and coming towards each other, sliding in towards the midline of your spine. And then do that figure four on the opposite side. And then again, just letting the weight of the leg open and relax that hip. All of that connective tissue, just breathe into it. Maybe close your eyes here. Go a little deeper. Land in any of that tension or any feeling of strain or resistance. The idea of letting go. The left foot active. We're going to just lean into the hands and slide the right heel in. Walk the hands back with the chest, spine forward into the body. And then press a little bit more actively the left and the other knee. And just move press in. I'm going to tighten this pose up if you want. Not necessary. Really squeezing the right sit bone into the right heel bone. Hugging the legs with your arms, and then using the press of the left outer ankle into the top of the right body. Try to actively keep your weight forward. Go taller through the crown of your head. Do the work of smoothing out your breath. And then softly releasing into the pose. Just release the right leg down, just kind of a simple asana, and then grab the left foot and just open up to the side a little bit. So you kind of hit all of those muscles going in different directions, right? So leaning back and rolling into the glutes. Hopefully getting a little bit deeper. And then noticing if there's any tender areas that you want to kind of stay in, hang in. Breathe in and out. Sometimes you can really catch a spot. It's working the breath into that area. And slowly coaxing those tissues. Letting things soften, letting things open. And then we're just going to come down and have your block here. And come down onto the bottom. Raising this up slightly. Walk the arms underneath you. You can clasp the hands here. Tap the lower pinky finger in and under, then slowly lengthen the tailbone and lower down so you pop here. your hips, the weight of your pelvis on your wrists, on your hands. They can also be flattened. The palms can be flat on the floor, but you want the palms to be really close together. And then you can extend the legs one by one. And I just love the way this just kind of rests the shoulders, rests the extensor muscles of the forearms, and it applies that really nice weight for the wrists and the hands. A lot on our wrists today, so I really like this. And the counter pose to all of that, this work. But hopefully you're learning how to lighten your body in planks, and in a lot of those arm balances, we learn to lighten up through the body. We use the bandhas, we use the breath, and we lighten up the weight so that it doesn't all drop into our hands and our wrists. So it just takes time, it just takes perseverance. That's why it's a practice. Every time you exhale, let a little bit more weight. Your lower arms into the structure of your wrists and your hands. And then slowly bend the knees. Lift the hips. You can come into just a simple bridge pose now, mobilizing the spine a little more. Or you can keep the elbows really pretty narrow underneath you and bend the elbows. And just cup your hands one at a time around the back of your pelvis, just like we were doing in asana practice. And yeah, just let your hips kind of sink down into the hold of your hands, and maybe bend the knees one at a time. Stay here with this kind of restorative position of shoulder stand, or you can start to straighten the legs. But I love this variation of shoulder stand. I learned from my teacher, Swami. It's just a really nice way to just kind of sit your hips down, not doing all the work of keeping your hips up in the air and shoulder stand. So that requires a lot. Right, so this is just a little bit less, but you do have to have a strength of your upper arms. And you have to have a little bit more flexibility through the spine to get the spine to lift this high. Otherwise, you can have your lower back on your block, or your sacrum on your block, and just have the legs up in the air. Just restoring the circulatory system and feeding back to the heart. Resting the heart, letting all the fluids in the body intermingle. A nice pose to clear any stagnation in the lower limbs. Smoothing out your breath. And maybe coming into cloud pose. Remember, any degree of a pose is a pose, so it doesn't have to look like this. The toes don't have to be down. If the toes come down, just walk the shoulders away from the toes, the other direction. To give a little bit more clearance to your upper back. Get into your low back curve. Your palms can be there for feedback. Get into your kidney line. And spill the breath into the back body. That's where it's more available in this pose. The front body, the breath is more restricted. We expand the breath where we can. Cleaning up the ribs. Mix the arms down alongside you. And wherever you are, start to come down. So if you're in a block now, you can come off the block. We'll have the knees in. And bring the knees high up into the chest. And we're going to take just a simple side twist, recline twist to the right side. The knees really tuck in, almost like you're right up into your right armpit. walk your right shoulder blade a little bit further out to the right. So the upper back is really supported. And then reach out into your left and your right fingertips evenly as you breathe in. I love these kind of higher point twists because they focus on kind of working the twist from the thoracic spine instead of the lumbar spine, instead of the low back spine. So the further the knees go downward, like to here, that's more working into the lower spine. So that's where you feel the twist. So I love bringing it a little higher into the thoracic spine. It also stabilizes. You can turn the head to the opposite side. So the breath gets really expansive in the thoracic. You feel your ribs open. Just feel your breath more available here. And this is typically a space where you can often feel the breath is more restricted. And then bend the knees. Your inhale to come back up. You can come up with straight legs too. This is going to be a little bit more challenging for the core. I'm going to change my position here. Oh my God. And then again. Bring the knees in, almost flip the hips off the floor and let the knees tuck in towards your left armpit as you lower the knees down. Really feel that twist in your thoracic spine. It just feels wonderful. And walk your left shoulder a little bit further out to the left. Reach into both of your handprints with your next inhale breath. And exhale, just relax into this twist, relax into that feeling of movement. Expansion into your right kidney, the right back of your waist and your rib cage. Last exhale. Land in yourself, and then let's use the inhale to lift up. Hug your knees in. Rock a little side to side. And bring some ease. Take a breath into your belly. And exhale, bring your belly into your low back spine. You kind of land your breath into your lumbar curve. And then settle your way into Shavasana. Take your time to find your space and find a position that really suits you best today. Means a blanket or a pillow for your head, or any formation for your legs. Breathing in and out, really focus on the belly as you breathe. Landing in your belly, kind of overriding the head, overriding the mind. So just keep that sense of coming back to the belly. And then the thinking mind just kind of starts to rest and take a back seat. Somatically, the body never lies. The body always tells us the truth. It's always in the present moment, and it's always telling us exactly what's going on, where the mind always is playing tricks and distracting us in a myriad of ways. Keep your breath and your focus down into your belly. When you breathe out, you let something be carried off. And each time you breathe in, you invite something new and something fresh. Everything that comes into our life is a message. Grateful to everyone, every situation, every circumstance. They teach us and they guide us. They teach us where we're stuck, where we cling, where we run away, what we run away from, and what we run towards. Use everything in your life to wake you up. Even, especially the hard things. I wish you a pleasant, a joyous, an easeful, and maybe a more stress-free holidays